Hey, good morning, everyone. It is a beautiful Monday for now, and we are here in the Bozard Ford studio. We have an exciting show today for all of St. Johns County and the 904 out there listening. We appreciate you guys. We have in studio the folks from Live Wildly and Sing Out Loud here in studio with us this morning. Sing Out Loud's on its way there. We will get to that in just a little bit, but first I got to tell you about our amazing sponsor, Bozard Ford. Since 1949, Bozard Ford Lincoln has been more than just a dealership. It's a local legacy built on trust, family values, and the commitment to doing things the right way. Proudly serving St. Augustine and beyond for over 75 years, Bozard offers award-winning service, unbeatable selection, and state-of-the-art facilities with 91 climate control service bays, a quick lane for no appointment needed maintenance, and even Ford's Garage Restaurant on site. Try the Jiffy Burger. Recognized with the Triple Crown Award and President's Award, Bozard Ford is where hometown service meets national excellence. Great pricing, friendly faces, and better buying experience are just off I-95 and State Road 16. Bozard Ford, they are driven to inspire. All right. And we got to also give a huge shout out to our other sponsors. You'll hear about them in just a little bit. Vitus Roofing, Old Town Trolley, Ben 39 Wine Bar, B&S Signs, Chiba Hut Toasted Subs, St. Augie's Pizza, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, and St. Augustine Handy House. Please get out there and support our amazing sponsors. We appreciate that. And if you can, help us out with those likes, those shares, all those little stars. And we are just so happy you're here with us. And Blake, are you back there, buddy?
Yes, I am back here.
All right. Well, we have in studio with us right now, and someone will be joining us later. We have Meredith Budd from the Deputy Director of Live Wildly. So welcome into the studio.
Thank you.
All right. Now you have to participate in our question of the day.
Okay.
All right. So hopefully you studied all weekend for the question of the. I didn't tell you there was a quiz.
You didn't tell me, yeah.
I didn't tell you there was a quiz. All right. We're gonna make Blake start off with this because I think his answer is as unique as anybody's. The question of the day is: what was the first concert you went to without a parent? All right. What was the first concert you went to without a parent? And Blake, I think your answer is very unique. You are a 24-year-old man. And what is your answer, sir?
My answer is unfortunately 0.
You've never been to a concert without your parents. You grew up in concert world, but you've never been to a concert without your parents.
It's definitely nice to have parents that used to be the former operator of the St. Augustine Amphitheater, and both parents have amp choice as well. So it's definitely fitting that I'd never been to a concert without them yet.
Yeah, because I mean we already had the good seats, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and you work also. Your other job is you do accounting work for musical artists.
Yes.
So, you don't need to go. So, all right, Meredith, you've had time.
Yeah, I had time to think.
You had time to think about it.
So, I didn't go with my parents, but I did go with a friend's parents.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
that first concert without my parents was a Backstreet Boys concert.
Okay.
Did go with a set of parents.
Oh, okay.
Just not my own. Full circle moment. I'm going back to Vegas, and hopefully I can catch the Backstreet Boys again.
All right.
Maybe, but I think the first concert without any
parental
guidance was a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert.
Oh my gosh, that's one to start off with.
And it was fantastic.
Yeah,
fantastic.
That's one to start. That's one to start off with. So my first concert with my parents was a group called Sha Na Na. Our older people will know exactly who they are. They had a variety show in the 70s and a lot of 50s music in the 70s. But my first show without my parents, I'm pretty sure, was either Devo or Men Without Hats. You know, very 80s, super 80s, and it might have been the Ramones. But, it's all very foggy. And I know it happened in high school, and that was without my parents. But I'm pretty sure it was Devo at the Ocean Center in Daytona. So, so that's kind of dates me, I think, a little bit. I don't know if Devo's still together.
I will admit I've never heard of the latter two. I heard of your first one with that you mentioned, but I haven't.
Devo? You've heard of Devo?
No,
or
Shanana.
Shanana.
Yeah,
You heard of
I know.
Shanana?
Yeah, but not that.
Devo and Men Without, it's so, they're very, very, very 80s.
Got the oldies down.
Yeah.
But the 80s.
So Devo sings Whip It.
Oh, okay.
Whip it real good. So, all right. And it is now time, Blake. And this is not a good one. Quick check of the weather. And Blake, it is going to rain today, this afternoon. I'm going to tell you right now, highest chance of rain's probably between about 4 and 8 o'clock. So during bollocks, we're going to be a little on the moist side.
Okay.
Thanks for that quick commentary, Blake.
Oh, geez, everything's going to do what today, I guess.
Yeah,
Dang.
Yeah. All right. And that weather report's brought to us by Ben 39. Discover one of St. Augustine's best kept secrets. Ben 39, tucked inside the St. George Inn at the north end of St. George Street, with over 95 boutique wines, 50 of them rated 90 points or higher by Robert Parker. It's the perfect spot for a romantic date or relaxing after work unwind. Sip by the glass or bottle in the serene courtyard setting and enjoy live music Thursday through Sunday, open daily, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Just stop by and say, I'll have what Irving's having. Ben 39, your taste to discover. All right. Diana, you made it.
Hi, good morning. I went to the wrong, I went upstairs.
You went upstairs?
I went upstairs and I had a doggy mess. I have an old dog, so she just runs the house. So
Yeah.
Good morning, Troy.
We understand the pup problems.
Yes.
We were actually talking about pups before you got
Yes,
in here.
you got a gaggle of dog lovers here. So,
So,
good morning, Meredith.
Good
all
morning,
right.
Diana.
All right, Diana, you did miss the question of the day, so I want to give
Please.
you the opportunity to answer the question today. What was the first concert you went to without parents?
Oh, Depeche Mode.
Depeche Mode.
Depeche Mode with my sister. I was in 6th grade and my mom dropped us off at the Pensacola Civic Center, and it was the first concert that I wrote a letter to the band asking them to come play Pensacola. Never made it to them, but they ended up playing it about 6 months later.
Yeah. So you felt like
I manifested that.
You manifested it. Have you ever seen young people, like if you write out Depeche Mode and hear them actually try and pronounce Depeche? It's like they slaughter the name.
They
so
totally
bad.
do.
And it's I feel like it's like me trying to do sing out loud this week.
Oh yeah.
This year's sing out loud.
Me too.
I don't know if I'm
It's
saying
hard to
I'm
say
right or not.
Biba Doobie. It's hard to say it.
Every
Biba-dooby.
time.
But
I
it's
think
fun.
that's the only one I get right.
Well, since I missed it, what was your first concert?
My first concert with my parents was Shana Na, and I think my first one without my parents was Devo.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so I think it was Devo. It was either Devo or Men Without Hats, and I can't remember which one.
I'm envious of both.
Yeah, so
Envious of both. Meredith?
Meredith didn't know who Devo or Men
But then he
Without
gave
Hats.
me a sample of one of the songs.
Yeah.
I do
With it,
recognize.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They have an amazing repertoire of music
Yeah.
that is both silly and wonderful.
Yeah.
What was your first show?
They wear flower pots on their head.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
I like
so.
that. I with parental guidance, just not my own. I went with a friend's parents to Backstreet Boys,
Mm-hmm.
so I didn't know if that was quasi answering the question. And then the first real concert I went without any parental guidance was Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, that's a good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got a good crew this morning.
Well, Blake back there, he grew up at the Amp, so he's not been to a concert without his parents yet.
Oh,
He's
okay.
He's 24, but we have Amp Choice, so he always goes with us.
Yeah.
I would too. So if I had that opportunity.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that makes me a helicopter parent or really cool.
I think it's pretty
latter.
cool. Yeah, I think it's very
Yeah,
cool.
we're gonna go with that, Blake. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Dad. Yeah.
All right. Blake, it is now time for the Hit the Blake's traffic report, sir.
Traffic's looking pretty all right out there. A lot of dirty cameras though. I'm not sure if they're just like incredibly dirty or there's a computer glitch going on that's causing them to look all fuzzy.
Yeah, the filter's off a little, isn't it?
It looks bad. It just looks awful though. But
It's just preparing you for this afternoon.
Yes, indeed. But for right now, the roads are looking fine out there, and definitely a little bit sunny though. So enjoy that sunshine while you can.
Yeah, because it is coming this afternoon.
Indeed. All right, and that traffic report is brought to you by Old Town. Oh, geez, I need to open up my laptop more.
There you go.
That traffic report is brought to you by Old Town Trolley. Climb aboard Old Town Trolley and experience over 500 years of history in the heart of St. Augustine. This fully 90-minute tour features 22 convenient stops and covers more than 100 points of interest, including iconic landmarks like the Castillo de San Marcos, the Fountain of Youth, and Flago's Historic Hotel. With open-air views and all-day hop-on, hop-off access, it is the most fun and flexible way to explore the nation's oldest city. Your ticket also includes free admission to the St. Augustine History Museum, and local St. Johns County residents ride free with a full fare guest to the Hometown Pass program at hometownpass.com. Old Town Trolley, the best way to see St. Augustine, one stop at a time.
All right, guys, we're going to do one quick news story, and then we're going to go into our interview.
Fantastic.
If you guys are good with that. And St. Augustine High School beats Bowles for their third straight victory on Friday night. It was at Bowles. It was a hard-fought battle. The St. Augustine Yellow Jackets are off to a perfect start, now 3-0 after a nail-biting win over longtime rival Bowles on Friday night. The Jackets pulled out a 40-35 victory thanks to the dominant offense performance by quarterback Brenton James, who's been playing flawlessly, throwing for 296 yards and 3 touchdowns while rushing for another 64 and score. Running back Trindle Anderson added 195 yards and 2 touchdowns, part of the ground attack that piled up 313 rushing yards, the team's highest total in more than a year. Bowles did not go quietly. Their star running back, Xander Edwards, gashed the Jackets for 248 yards by himself and 3 touchdowns, including a 69-yard rush. Receiver Nahum Burrows added 187 yards and 2 scores, keeping the Bulldogs within striking distance. But in the end, St. Augustine held on and secured their third straight victory. Bulls dropped to 2-1, their first loss of the year. Looking ahead, the Jackets, ranked now 32nd in Florida, will face Riverside this Friday at 6:30. Bulls was ranked 12th and will be playing Bishop Kenny on that same night. All right, guys, we are now got to talk about. We have Diana. Give me your title. And please say your last name because I don't want to mess it up.
It's okay. Thank you, though. Thank you. We can do it together. Okay. Ready?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Markovitz. Yes.
Oh, see, I say Witz and it's Vitz.
Vitz. It's Vitz.
See, I always mess that up. So
yes, Diana Markovitz, Director of Public Relations and Partnerships at SJC Cultural Events, Inc., the organization that produces and curates the Sing Out Loud Festival, St. Augustine Amphitheater, Ponte Vedra Concert Hall, and Fort Mose Jazz and Blues Series.
And she did not practice that. She nailed it the first time.
Thank you.
So, and Meredith, again, our Deputy Director of Sing Out Loud.
Live Wildly.
Live Wildly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm reading here, and it says both of them, and I read the wrong one. But Diana, you've been in with us before many times. Meredith, I don't think you have. This is your first time. So can you please tell us what the Reader's Digest version of Live Wildly, because you guys do so much.
Yeah.
So tell us how Live Wildly got started and exactly what you guys do.
Sure. So we are a private family foundation, 501c3. Our mission is balancing economy and ecology in the state of Florida. So there are over 1,200 people coming to Florida every single day, and that's great. We just need to be able to find a way to balance growth and development with our natural resources, because we know that our economy is intrinsically connected to the health of our natural resources. And so our mission is to really strike that balance. And so land conservation is a key component to that. And we also are passionate about getting people outside and connecting people to nature, with the idea that you don't want to protect what you can't see, touch, and feel. So if you can get out there, appreciate wild Florida, fall in love with wild Florida, you're going to want to protect it. And so we're really passionate about connecting people to the outdoors.
Yeah, and all our listeners out there know, development is coming. They're gonna be here. One of my big things is you have to do it through preservation to make it where it's so difficult for these developers to be able to get their hands on it. Because if they can get their hands on it, they're going to get their hands on it. So the preservation component of what you guys do is something that attracts me to you immediately, because I feel that that is truly the only way to protect what we have here. I'm a born and raised Floridian. You know, my first career was in Parks and Rec, so I mean, I wanted to protect what we have. But as far as preservation, how can people help your organization if they feel the same way I do, and I know a lot of our listeners feel that same way? How can they help?
Sure. So one thing that we actually have done and have implemented that is a very, I think, exciting opportunity is we have at Live Wildly's website a pledge to protect wild Florida. It is a simple poetic statement, just a few sentences long, and it essentially says that you love wild Florida, you love wild places, and you want them to be here for generations to come. Other than saying you love them and committing that kind of passion to it, there's no real commitment. But if you sign our pledge to protect wild Florida, Live Wildly actually donates $1 on your behalf to conservation in the state. So if that's of interest, I encourage people to visit our website at livewildly.com and find our pledge and sign that. Of course, there are several environmental organizations across the state that send out newsletters, ours included. If you're interested in staying up to date on the important information that will inform you about what's going on in terms of threats of development, opportunities for conservation, and opportunities for you to voice your opinion, I encourage you to find an organization that you're passionate about and sign up for their newsletters. Keep yourself informed, and when there's opportunities to express your opinion when it matters most, then that opportunity will be presented to you in those newsletters or if you're following them on social. So I really encourage people to go out and find an organization, Live Wildly included, sign up for their newsletter, follow them on social, and just keep yourself informed, because they're going to let you know when there's an opportunity to make your voice heard.
So Meredith, how did you and Live Wildly come together?
I'll give you the Reader's Digest version of that. So I have my educational background is in marine science and biology, and I have a master's in environmental policy. So after several different positions running environmental policy programs at different environmental organizations, I came to Live Wildly in 2023. So a little over 2 years now. I've been with Live Wildly, and so my background again, environmental policy. So I help the organization's efforts to effectuate land conservation and help to secure large-scale funding to help purchase land.
Okay, all right. I'm going to shift over to Diana over here. Diana, I'm glad you made it. I hope your pup's doing okay.
Thank you.
But you've been with the St. Augustine Amphitheater. This is like your second time with the St. Augustine Amphitheater. You left for a little bit, like you were one of my regulars on my radio show.
I took
in the day
sabbatical. Yes, I left for a little bit, but I came back. But in total, about 11 years with SJC Cultural Events, which, as you know, used to be under the county as St. Johns County Cultural Events Division. But we separated from the county October 2023, and we are a 501c3 organization now.
All right, and you guys, well, we're super happy you're back. When you were coming back, we're like, we got Dana back. But the big thing that's happening this weekend not this weekend, this month, is Sing Out Loud. But there's other events with Sing Out Loud besides the showcase. Can you talk about some of those other events, because I think a lot of people hear about the showcase and that weekend, but you guys have some exciting stuff. Not just on the weekend of the 20th and 21st. We do. We just kicked it off this past weekend. We have over 130 local and regional acts playing throughout the month of September. So it is the annual month of music every September. We're in our 9th year now. We're, like we said, there's a lot of different aspects to Sing Out Loud. The biggest one is a celebration of live music culture here in St. Johns County, but also in awareness and raising funds for conservation is a big part of it, as well as part of that Live Wildly showcase. So from September 5th through the end of the month, we have all these free shows, over 100 free performances by local and regional acts at over a dozen venues throughout St. Johns County. And that kicked off this past weekend. This coming weekend, we have shows at Colonial Oaks, Spinster Abbott's, Nobby's, Dog Rose, and that's your chance to go out and see some free live music,
folks playing around St. Johns County, again, completely for free, all ages. We highly suggest just go hop on a bike or walk around and visit these different venues so that you can see all this live music. And then September 20th and 21st is that big Live Wildly showcase at Francis Field with those headliners, Hosier, Biba Doobie, Vance Joy, Teskey Brothers, and more. And that will help. $10 from every ticket sold will go to land conservation here in St. Johns County. Last year, over $160,000 was raised for land conservation right here in St. Johns County. And then that final weekend of Sing Out Loud is the St. Augustine Songwriters Festival, which we'd love to have. It features over 30 Nashville songwriters who've written songs for people as big as Luke Bryan, Taylor Swift. And it really is a chance to get to hear the background of these songs and the stories behind these songs. Again, all free. Then we have a record fair as well, and a music development series where we'll be having a music business panel at Markland House September 27th, where people can come and hear from music business industry leaders on how to make it in music. Yeah. So it is just this large scale month of music.
Yeah. Well, and thank goodness you guys do. I sit on the TDC, and it's so valuable what you guys are doing in the month of September, because it's usually just an absolute dead month for us. And last year Sing Out Loud saved September for all us hoteliers. So we're really appreciative of what you're doing, because last year there was a storm on Labor Day. Usually we have Labor Day and then we have Sing Out Loud. We didn't have anything on Labor Day because there was a storm. So everything was on Sing Out Loud's back, and you guys came through so strong. But it seems like the shift in artists have went to a younger crowd in a lot of ways, and because some of the, I'm saying that as an old Xer, but because last year I didn't even know who Noah Kahn was, and then he was absolutely phenomenal, and that night blew away Saturday night. So can you tell us a little bit about the process of selecting those artists and how that comes to be?
Our programming team really looks at a lot of data. We really want to know, because it's hard. You're booking these acts almost a year out, so it's really hard to gauge. I mean, Hosier's gonna blow people away. He's been around for a number of years.
He's going to take you to church.
He's going to take you to church. Yeah. He likes his coffee sweet, or I forgot the
whiskey neat.
Whiskey neat. Thank you very much. So we know that you've got these pillars of live music that are really going to bring crowds, and then you say, well, how do we? We're going to have a full weekend of live music. Who else are we going to bring on? And the programming team really does a phenomenal job of just looking at trends, who's trending on YouTube, who's trending on Spotify, and a couple other data points to say, okay, well, these people are growing, and we think we're going to make the bet that by the time September rolls around, they're going to be huge stars. And Somber is a perfect example of that.
Yeah, he's kind of, since it's been announced,
skyrocketed.
It's went crazy.
Absolutely skyrocketed. And yes, it's leaning towards a little bit of a younger demographic, but you also have Rilo Kiley and Father John Misty, who really appeal to those of us that are over 20. Let's just say that, over 20.
I'm slightly over 20.
So I think we'll see multi-generational attendees this year, which is really fun, because last year, even, between Eric Church and Noah Kahn, you had Elle King, who's an up-and-comer, and a couple others, and you saw multi-generations. You saw, 8-year-olds there with their parents. You saw teenagers there that arrived with their parents and then ditched their parents. But that's what the beauty of the Sing Out Loud Festival is that it really is all ages. And we want everyone to come out and see and feel and experience what live music should do for your mental health, but for community as well.
I was going to say for the community. Entirely.
Well, and honestly, and to spread the message of conservation. So once you're on site at the festival grounds, it's pretty immersive experience. Live Wildly, and Meredith can speak to it, is going to do a phenomenal activation where people are really going to be able to immerse themselves in the idea of conservation in wild Florida. We'll also have nonprofit organizations on site that people can talk to, like North Florida Land Trust and Matanzas Riverkeeper, where if you want to get involved and learn a little bit more about how you can have direct impact here in St. Johns County for conservation, you can go talk to these organizations.
All right, we got to pay some bills, and then we're going to come back and get a little more into Live Wildly and that partnership and how that came to be. And I do want to talk about how Live Wildly was started. Okay. So, Gas Buddy, Gas Report, Blakester.
Yes. Gas Buddy, Gas Report, let us know in the comments what you're seeing around St. Johns County and around the world for your gas prices today. But here in St. Augustine, we have Sunoco at $21.99. North Ponce de Leon Boulevard is at $2.99. That's their cash price. A1A discount beverage is at $2.99. The Owens at South Ponce de Leon is $3.05. The Shell at 146 King is at $3.05. The Mobile and Circle K is at $3.05. The Sunoco at 450 South Ponce is at $3.05. The Shell at 216 Ponce de Leon is $3.05. The gate on Mizell Road is $3.09. The gate on US 1 is $3.15. And the Circle K on 207 is also $3.15. That gas by gas report is brought to you by Chris Lucero Bail Bond. Trouble with the law? Call the name St. Augustine has trusted for years. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds available 24/7. Their experience and compassionate team works fast to get you or your loved one out of jail. What?
Take a breath.
I'm okay.
Man, I was like, you gradually got it faster and faster. Oh, you were hurting my ears.
I'm sorry.
I thought I was going to have to call the bail bonds for you.
All right, here.
Who would you call?
Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. Called the name St. Augustine has trusted for years. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds available 24/7. Their experience and compassionate team works fast to get you or your loved one out of jail and back home. From paperwork to release, they make the process simple, discreet, and stress-free. No judgment, just help when you need it the most. When the time matters, remember the name and the number. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds at 904-822-BAIL. That's 904-822-2245.
You gradually speed up while you're doing the read.
I hate doing the reads as well. I hate doing the reads as well. Okay, jeez.
It's in your genes. We both hate doing the reads. That's why Amanda does like 99% of all the reads for us on her days. All right, and we got to do the live music. Live music today brought to us by visitstaugustine.com. We have Josh Tennessee Worthy at the Milltop. He's there at 12 o'clock. And then he's back there at 4:30. He's doing a double today. We have Bones at the Tides Oyster Company and Grill at 5 o'clock. Kevin Edwards at Hurricane Grill and Wings at 5 o'clock. Southern Social String Band. I had to, because I know I would have screwed that up if I didn't say it slow. At Hurricane Grill and Wings at 5 o'clock also. And at Harry's Seafood Bar and Grill at 6 o'clock, we have Stu Weaver. And that music report is brought to us by Fidus Roofing. When it comes to protecting your home, trust Fidus Roofing and Construction, voted Best of St. Augustine every year since 2012. As a GAF Master Elite contractor, Fidus installs the GAF Lifetime Roofing System and expert metal roofs built to withstand Florida's toughest weather. We're right in the middle of that right now. From emergency repairs to full replacements, plus pavers and gutters, Fidus delivers quality, durable, and energy savings with every job. For Fidus Roofing, give them a call at 904-355-ROOF. That's 904-355-7663. Fidus Roofing, where trust is built from the top down. All right, we are back to our interview. Live Wildly, Meredith Budd, Deputy Director. Live Wildly. Now, I think it has... The founder in the origin is an amazing story. And I think people need to know that story to go, okay, I can get behind this guy right here in this organization. Can you tell the story of like the founding, how it came to be founded, who founded it, and what makes that story so special?
Yeah, so I mentioned I started with Live Wildly in 2022, and that's actually when Live Wildly really took off. And so our founder and benefactor is a very philanthropic man out of the Tampa Bay area. He made his wealth doing tech in the tech industry. Mm-hmm. And he understands that his success was tied to the fact that Florida is an amazing place to live. He loves Florida. He loves what makes Florida, Florida. And he sees the development coming in, and he thought, and he promised, I believe it was 80,000? No, 40,000? A high number of high-paying, high-tech jobs to the Tampa Bay area. And, moving towards making Tampa Bay, Cyber Bay, making it a tech hub. And with that, he understood that that's going to cause a lot of people to come move here. It's going to cause a lot of housing. It's going to cause a lot of more roads. And he thought, I've got to do my part to balance my impact that I'm going to be having. And so with that, Live Wildly was formed. He also was a really strong believer and a force behind the passage of the Florida Wildlife Corridor Act, which, if you're not familiar, that act was passed in 2021. It was bipartisan support, unanimous, I should say, bipartisan support, which designated 18 million acres of land across the state of Florida as the Florida Wildlife Corridor. 10 million of those acres are already protected. Those are state parks or national parks, areas like that, or area farms and ranches that already have easements on them. But an additional 8 million acres are what we call opportunity areas. And that means that they are privately held and they are at risk for conversion to development. And so part of Live Wildly's mission, we are actively trying to secure the funding to allow landowners to have that option to protect their land and to help protect that full Florida Wildlife Corridor. So our benefactor is incredibly passionate about his industry and the health of our economy, but equally as important to that is the health of our natural resources, and that's how Live Wildly started.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a Florida success story that's giving back, and that's what we need so much of in our society, and I'm so happy. St. John's cultural events.
It's okay. SJC Cultural Events Inc.
SJC culture. Yeah, it's too much.
To make you feel better, I always mess it up.
Yeah, and I'm glad you two found each other because I love preservation, and that is one of my true passions. And obviously, my heart and soul is with you guys. So, how did Diana? How did that come together? How did that marriage happen?
Well, we were introduced by the Florida State Parks Foundation CEO and president and CEO, Julia Gill Woodward. It was a shared love of the outdoors. Julia invited us to a Path of the Panther screening where we met the Live Wildly team at Wekiva Springs. Actually, it was at Wekiva Springs, and we just hit it off. And we just said, what can Sing Out Loud do? What can SJC Cultural Events do to help further the message of Live Wildly's mission? And through those conversations, we came to find that you host a couple, 10,000, 20,000 people in one place at one time. That's a pretty potent opportunity to spread a message.
That puts eyes immediately on you.
Absolutely. So that's where it was founded again, about 2 or 3 years ago. We started the conversations. This is the second year of the Live Wildly Showcase at Francis Field, where we really have committed to messaging about conservation and committed the funds to conservation from ticket sales. So that's really where that relationship started. And I think it only has grown out of mutual admiration and a shared interest in furthering the not just the talking point of conservation, but the direct impact that you can have with conservation, be it going outside and going kayaking and just being out in wild Florida, or donating a portion of proceeds to tickets to actually preserving land here in St. Johns County.
All right. So which of the artists this year are you guys looking forward to the most? So that, can you give the list again?
Yes, of course. So, ready?
Yes.
Hosier, Biba Doobie, Vance Joy, Teskey Brothers, Rilo Kiley, Father John Misty, Marin Morris, Gigi Perez, David Kushner, Sarah Kinsley, Bren, and special guest Somber. Plus, we have 2 local acts opening up each day, or a local act opening up each day. So 2 local acts playing.
Okay. So, of that list,
yes,
who's the one that you're like, I can't wait to see?
I mean, Father John Misty, just the swagger that he brings to the stage. I've seen him before, and it's so much fun to watch him just command that stage and just act as if he's in his own living room singing to nobody. Yeah. It really is. That's what I'm super excited about. I'm excited about Somber. I think he's a young man who's coming out and really exploring his voice. And it's a lot of fun to watch someone evolve that way. So I think those 2 are the ones I want to see.
I didn't know Father John, but I've been listening since the announcement of the thing, and he would have been perfect for our old. We did a festival called the Southern Exposure
Yeah.
Festival.
Oh, yeah.
He would have been perfect
Yep.
on that barn stage, and I'm just like just the way he just kind of carries himself. He's like,
Yeah. It's
you don't like me, I'm okay with it. If
Yeah.
you love me, I like it better.
Yeah.
And it's kind of and that's kind of my attitude too.
Yeah.
So so I can kind of relate to him.
Oh, I've
So
seen you at trivia.
Yeah. You've seen
Recently saw you at trivia.
yeah, you were there at the big show. But he's the one I'm really looking forward to
Yeah.
too. So I mean, I thought I was going to be unique in that, but you nailed it too. So what about you as far as the artists that you've seen?
So I'm obviously excited to see Hosier, big name and just someone that I've listened to the music for so long for. But I will say I had been listening to David Kushner on repeat before the lineup was announced.
Very cool.
And so I am really excited to see David Kushner live.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, and I think again, the music is obviously primary. People are coming for the music, but I can't wait for Meredith to tell you about what Live Wildly is bringing to the festival grounds. It's just exciting.
Oh,
So great lead in, huh?
I don't even have
Commercial
to ask that question. No, I don't even have to ask that question. So now I got to know what are you guys doing? Like, because I mean, you were such a big presence last year. Like, if you didn't realize, okay, Live Wildly is the group we're dealing with here and just enjoying. And the decor was amazing. What are you guys bringing this year to beat last year?
So we are hoping to have the similar impact. We want people to walk onto the festival grounds and feel like they're walking into Wild Florida.
Mhm.
If you were at the festival last year, you probably noticed it wasn't too big, just like a 15-foot tall inflatable panther in the middle of the festival grounds. That was named after last year's festival by the festival goers, Noah Pahan. Right,
Pahan?
yeah,
Okay.
rightfully so. So we are bringing Noah back to the festival, but we also are trying to bring a baby panther as well. Not a real one, a bald one.
No, real one.
but a little shorter than
I'd
the
be okay
15
with the
feet.
real one.
Yeah, right. But we will have our immersive tent as well. So last year, if you were at the festival, you walked through and you kind of followed the path of the panther through the tent. This year, we're doing a springs immersion, and so all about the Florida Springs. Florida has amazing springs across the state, and if you have not visited the springs, hopefully after you come to Sing Out Loud and you get kind of a taste of it, you're going to want to get out there and go explore.
I'm a spring guy. So I grew up in DeLand.
Okay.
So
Yep.
I was directly between Blue Springs and DeLeon Springs.
Oh, wow.
So I mean, I learned to swim
Awesome.
actually in the springs.
Cool.
We did have pools.
Yeah.
We didn't have pools, but I mean, so I learned to swim, at Blue Springs and
Those are moments. Those are
Yeah.
big childhood
Deleted
moments.
And the springs
and
are
they're
just,
phenomenal. They're beautiful.
They're so
and
beautiful.
they're just iconic for Florida.
Mhm.
And so we thought this would be really fitting to do a springs immersion. And of course, as you're walking across the festival grounds, there's just going to be soft touches of reminding you about Wild Florida. The other thing that we're doing in partnership with Sing Out Loud this year is we're hosting opportunities for people to go out and explore Wild Florida over the weekend. So if you go to, I believe it's on the Live Wildly website, Sing Out Loud's website, there are 4 opportunities. There's a Wild Waters art exhibit. There is a Fort Mose Historic State Park tour. There's a bird walking and bird watching tour. And then there's also a paddle and cruise with St. Augustine Eco Tours. And so if you're in town for the weekend or you live here and right before the festival, you want to get out and experience Wild Florida for yourself, we are offering these activities. And so we really hope people take advantage of that so they can experience it.
That's great. In Fort Mose, they just finished their replica fort, and I have not been there, and I'm ashamed to say it. I haven't been there, so I need to get out there. So maybe I.
Luckily, we're hosting a trip.
Maybe I can use this. Like, okay, we're gonna get there. So so you're focusing on the springs. Tell me a little bit more about that, because that really caught my interest right there. Do you know how many springs we have in Florida? I mean, there's so many that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in terms of all of the springs, I do not know that number offhand, but we have some of the most first magnitude springs in the state, and they're just, again, they're part of our iconic landscape. And I don't think a lot of Floridians know. They're not from that area. Like, for example, where you said you grew up, if you're not from an area that is close to the springs, I think like you grew up in Miami. I would say I went to school in Southeast Florida. I don't think I experienced a spring until recently.
Yeah.
And so people who grew up in very urban centers, springs are kind of
Okay,
distant.
I'm going to give you a site you have to go to,
Okay.
and that's the Blue Springs Manatee Watch.
Mm-hmm.
They have a camera on, and in January and February, it's like you can almost walk across them.
Yeah.
It is phenomenal.
I think they have 400 in one.
I will put it on my phone at work, and I'll be like,
Manatees.
and then I get locked in. In my office, I have a beautiful space at my office where I can see the dolphins feeding, and I'll be looking out, and I'll go, I wonder how long I was watching the dolphins, because I have no
Yeah, just
idea.
zone out.
But
So
I mean,
amazing.
the manatees give me that. I mean, that really makes it feel home
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the springs stay at that constant temperature year
Mhm.
round, so they're able to host manatees, especially when the
Yeah, it's-
waters outside of the springs are a little bit too.
Yeah, it
cold.
stays at 72 no matter
Yeah,
what.
No matter what.
Yeah. So, all right. Blake, well, thank you guys.
Thank
I
you.
really
Yeah.
appreciate you guys. If you would, I want both of you to give websites out, so Blake can put it in the comments. So Live Wildly.
It's pretty easy. It's www.livewildly.com.
All right. That one's an easy one for
Easy
him to
peasy.
type. So, and
DianaMarkovitz.com. Just kidding. It's singoutloudfestival.com. That's singoutloudfestival.com.
all right. Do you guys have an app? Also?
We do. Yes, you can find us on iOS and Android. Sing Out Loud Festival app, and it's free to download.
Yeah, because I think I use that, and then the Singer Songwriters has its own app also.
You can find all that information on the Sing Out Loud app. They
So they're
transferred
connected
everything
now.
over.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's so cool.
Yep.
So cool. But thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, 904 Now.
You guys, appreciate you guys. I will definitely see you at the festival.
Yeah.
But if anything comes up before then, you need to get out. You know where to find us.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Appreciate you, Troy.
All right,
Thank
appreciate
you, Blake.
Thanks,
All right.
Blake.
So Blake, if you would, can you check the comments while I tell the wonderful people about BNS Signs?
All right. So, unfortunately, we have no Bobby comment today, so I had to make up my own. So, on this mighty, magnificent Monday, I will madly march through the mountains of marvelous music, meticulously mine the majestic masterpieces of my many marvelous mates, masterfully made while merrily marveling at the magical madness of the Monday memories.
Wow.
And that took the entire show. That was marvelous.
Anyway, being the signs.
That was marvelous, my son. BNS Signs. Want your business to get noticed and stay that way? Turn to BNS Signs, proudly family owned and serving St. Augustine for over 50 years. From bold vinyl lettering to towering pylon signs, they specialize in high quality custom signage built to last. Their expert team handles everything: design, installation, crane service, repairs, and maintenance with fast, responsive service that keeps the sign looking sharp. Make a lasting impression with BNS Signs. Visit bnssigns.com, because when it comes to signs, they do it all. All right, we got to talk about the good Troy. And the good Troy, he owns St. Augustine Handy House. Need a custom prefab portable building that's built to last? Come to St. Augustine Handy House, proudly owned by Troy Usina Enterprise and serving the community since 1988. With over 70 structures in stock, from sheds and barns and carports and offices, you'll find the perfect fit for your needs. Every building includes free delivery, leveling, and anchoring, plus easy finance options. Visit them today on State Road 16, open Monday through Saturday, or call 904-823-9092. St. Augustine Handy House, where quality meets convenience and community matters. Blake, what comments do you have, sir?
All right, so we have a lot of gas reports today. So we have Wawa at 327 today, Costco at 276, Buc-ee's at 277, BP at Lewis Point's at 307, Speedway is at 308. Kenny says in North Carolina it's currently 269 where he's at. Tim won the first comment today with the Costco report. Some of the concerts that some people went to. Cody Johnson, Three Dog Night, and lots of bluegrass festivals for Kenny as well.
Okay.
And today is St. Augustine's birthday, 460 years old.
What are you doing? That's my starting stat. Killing me, Smalls.
Anyways, to him sad.
Yes. Today is St. Augustine's birthday. We can't, because this day in history in 1565, Pedro Menendez de Aviles Stealing my thunder, kid.
Okay, you can blame Joy for that. She was the one that said happy birthday, St. Augustine in the comments.
All right. Joy, thank you for knowing your history. But today is the day Florida was here for the very first time. Ponce de Leon found it actually in like 1512, 1513, around there. But St. Augustine is where Pedro Menendez decided to set up camp, and it started on this day, September 8th, 1565. Probably something, the whole September music, sing out loud. We used to have a big Founders Day, and we might need to celebrate that again. So everyone celebrate and have a toast for St. Augustine, and that Stoidum Stat, which Blake and I enjoy, all gave you, comes to us from St. Augie's Pizza. They're closed today, but make sure you get over there and grab a slice. It's located downtown on the corner of Riberia and MLK. They just do an amazing job. Wonderful people, but they will be there tomorrow serving up more pies. All right, plugs. You guys, any plugs that you thought of that we did not talk about yet?
I'm glad you talked about a handy house because I need a handy house.
Go see Troy. You've seen it. He's the good Troy.
Okay, he's the good Troy.
He's
okay,
good
not the Troy Blevins. Okay, got it.
Not the grumpy
Got it.
bearded Troy. He's the good Troy.
Got it.
Go see him. And have any plugs? You good?
I'll say, just if you haven't already gotten your tickets to Sing Out Loud, make sure you grab them. And remember that $10 from every ticket is going to go to conservation. So when you buy your ticket, you're actually having a positive impact on conservation in the state.
And go to the website and do the pledge.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
Thank
Easy
you.
to do. I mean, unless you hate nature. So don't,
If you hate nature, just stay away. Just don't say anything.
We don't want you. Get your ass back to New York. All right. But Blake, what plugs do you have, sir?
No plugs.
All right. We got Bollocks tonight at 5 o'clock. We got Lenny and the crew in. We'll be doing 5 questions, coming up with some really silly stuff. So I appreciate you guys. Remember to share if you liked it. And if you didn't like it, send it to your enemies and share with them too. We're on Rumble, YouTube. Appreciate you guys, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye.